and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, welcome to the July board meeting. We appreciate you coming. And next we do public comments on agenda items. We also have correspondence to the board. To the Don Master School District Foundation, thank you so much for granting me with your scholarship. I really appreciate it, and I know the scholarship will come into use in my future college endeavors. Thanks again, Michaela Hodson. You're welcome, Michaela. And dear Dr. Wheeler, thank you for inviting Sarah and I to the Don Master Board of Education meeting this evening to highlight us as phenomenal Panthers for our silver rating we earned at the FCCLA National Convention in Anaheim. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the meeting because I will be at softball camp practicing so our team can reach our high goals we have for this season. Although I will not be able to thank you tonight in person, I wanted to make sure that you, along with the rest of the board, of the school board, received our gratitude. I really appreciate the recognition, along with the support that you have provided for us through our entire experience. Sarah and I would not have been able to experience this amazing opportunity without all the support we have received from our school district. Not only were we able to bring back an award to our school, but we were also able to have amazing experiences and learn skills that we will use for the rest of our lives. I'm beyond proud that we were able to represent our school this year at the FCCLA National Convention in Anaheim. We could not have done this without all of your support, all of the support our school district provided for us. I'm truly blessed to be a part of the Panther family. Thank you for all the recognition and support. Sincerely, Olivia Vega. Thank you, Olivia, and congratulations. And next we will have recognitions.
So tonight, we do not have any partners in education, but we do have some phenomenal Panthers that have joined us, and we obviously just had a letter from one of the groups. Tonight we are actually celebrating our men and women that have gone to Boys and Girls State, and then also our FCCLA National Convention. Two young ladies have been to that. Tonight we have two delegates here from our Boys and Girls State. They had a valuable week of studying levels of government in a non-partisan, that would be nice, political learning experience. They are assigned to I love this, mythical political party. I love that. And campaigns, they hold rallies, they debate, and ultimately vote to elect city, county, and state officials. The young men and women from Mount Nostra High School who were chosen as delegates are Madison Eckerd, Lauren Hagel, who's with us tonight, Matthew Johnson, and Wyatt White, who's with us tonight. Madison was elected to the House of Representatives in Newton City, and Lauren was elected to City Council in Crowder City and to the State Central Committee for her political party. And Wyatt was elected as a senator for Lewis City and ran for governor. Matthew could not be here with us this evening due to Boy Scouts, and Madison could not be here as well. So let's give our two delegates a big round of applause here for the Boys and Girls State.
Yes, he's got right there.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And our second group tonight, honestly, neither of these young ladies could be here. Both of them actually are involved in softball. They are not new to coming to the board for FCCLA. We honored them earlier, but this time they reached the national level, so we thought it was important to honor them again. They are Sarah Walters and Olivia Zenga, who have wonderful letters tonight. So congratulations to them as well for the work that they did. Both of them received a silver rating in their event, hospitality, tourism, and recreation. So we're proud of the work that they did for them.
All right, thank you. Next, we have the principal and director's reports for information. Are there any questions or comments? All right, and then we've got the MSBA report.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association's board report for the month of July. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. Rhonda Gilstrap, a school board member from the Blue Springs School District, is the new president of the Missouri School Boards Association. Gilstrap became MSBA president at the conclusion of the 2019 MSBA Leadership Summit. She has served as president-elect for MSBA for the past year. In remarks at the Leadership Summit, Gilstrap said, school boards serve by standing in the gap.
As we face many competing agendas and are a good position to balance and balance again, it's nothing but encouraging to witness the action of you all, putting the needs of students first. Many times with limited resources. Yet as we team with our professional educators, our administrators, we are continuously committed to closing the gaps we face in our local school districts and throughout the entire state.
Linda Doherty, a school board member from the Nixa Public Schools, was elected president-elect by the MSBA Delegate Assembly. Nancy Masterson, a school board member from Camdenton, was elected vice president of MSBA. Mike Pratt will serve as immediate past president. Several school boards in Missouri are getting their students' perspective on issues by allowing a student representative to sit in with them at their meetings. The students don't vote, but do have an opportunity to discuss agenda items and often report to the board on student concerns. One such student representative is Tristan Z. from the Washington School District. He says there are a couple of benefits to having a student representative on a school board.
You have the student who's able to see how a school board actually makes decisions, and then they can take that information back to the student body. But then you also have a student sort of voicing more of the student's perspective and the student opinion on issues. And I think that's especially important because sometimes what it's like to be a student in a certain setting can be forgotten. And so having that voice to sort of keep you grounded, I think, is really beneficial.
Tristan made his comments during a panel discussion at the MSBA Leadership Summit. Registration is now open for the 2019 MSBA Annual Conference. The event is scheduled for September 26th through 29th at the Lake of the Ozarks. Once again, we'll feature more than 100 breakout sessions and some outstanding keynote speakers, all designed to help board members and administrators improve their leadership skills. You can register for the annual conference through the MSBA website. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.
Next, we have the superintendent's report.
All right, I wanted to start out with another video to show that what an actress we have as our board president. Just want to say thank you to Ms. Brand too for coordinating this. This is the highlight video from the event that we had out on Whiteman Air Force Base in conjunction with Wings Over Whiteman, and thought it was worth a couple minutes of our time to see that.
So I would just like to thank everyone here at Whiteman for having an impressive site to see all these aircraft, and we're very much aware that this just doesn't happen by itself, right? This takes an enormous amount of community. It takes the local structure from the military, and it takes all of you to make this happen. So it's a great time to truly move the needle when it comes to education. And we are so glad to be here to talk about how that has happened here at Nowell Mousser.
You go anywhere in the country to cities the size of Nowell Mousser, and you're going to see significant challenges in education. And what an amazing story this is to see the collaboration that's happening from today's Nowell Mousser now. So thanks to everyone that's making that happen, and we look forward to continuing that partnership.
The work is here, you're seeing it. This is an example of a really, really good school, really good district, really taking care of the military kids. We've seen others. We've got to get that word around, because at the end of the day, it's about making the kids' lives work.
So it's our hope, as we put our energy and efforts forward, that every time a military-connected child moves from point A to point B, they're always met at a gate by a program like this one here.
Our motto is "The Robot Builds Us," and we're really just trying to build up students into better people. And I really think that just with this partnership is extremely helpful, and it's just opening up more opportunities for students. The wonderful thing about the Nowell Mousser School District is that we are a small community, but we are operating really big things. We are in a very unique situation here because we have such a great partnership with the base.
We have enjoyed the relationships that we have established here on base, and it has absolutely given us an opportunity to have more support.
We know that our bases have to be strong. We make our bases strong to make families successful. And education is at the top of that list. It's our future engineers, it's our future scientists and mathematicians. And we're there to get them from a place where they understand why it's important to have a strong defense.
All right, so just kind of a feel-good story with several folks out of DC and our local school board president. We have maybe several different variations of that video that will come out that will be more focused on some of the things going on here in Nowell Mousser. But as a whole, I think that's something that we'll continue to be able to reference as we go after opportunities for our community, our school district, and our students. So glad to have that on the books. And again, thank you, Ms. Brand, for working on that. I know we got a few tweaks to that final product, and then we'll start circulating that out. On to my report. All right. July has been a great month for catching up and catching our breath and taking some time off with our families. We finally wound down FY19, and we're spinning back up for the new school year. Mr. Floron has worked very hard to prepare our professional development activities for the upcoming year, as well as our updates on our assessment plan for the upcoming year. As mentioned prior, he has also uploaded our entire district curriculum, which he has scrubbed over the summer onto our website. So we're excited about that. Likewise, Ms. Miller, Ms. Frieden, and Ms. Huntsman have been very busy completing end of the year bookkeeping and audit prep. So far, it's all off to a great start. They did go 10 rounds with the annual Secretary of the Board report this year, but they came out triumphant. So congratulations on that. And that was not anything locally, it was an issue with Desi. Everything looks good for another successful and smooth audit this year, and we look forward to going through that process this fall. Mr. Therian has successfully transferred all employees to our new health insurance program with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, and has closed out final issues with MUHB. Mr. Bazanga, Mr. Sater, and team have been working hard to prep our buildings and complete summer projects. All is on track, and we should be ready to go for the new school year. June has been a month of frequent activity at Whiteman Air Force Base. We have attended several events on base to help congratulate those moving on and welcome in our new partners. In addition, meetings have been held with BCC and WAC. July ended up being a reschedule for the Mount Oscar BCC monthly meeting. We took about 14 people out on a behind-the-scenes extended tour out on the flight line. It was really a good experience. So we look forward to continuing to partner up with our sister squadron. Next week, we'll head to Washington, D.C. to participate in the Military Child Education Coalition National Training Seminar. Navasur Public Schools will again be awarded the prestigious PKO National Partnership of Excellence Award for 2019, recognizing our strong partnership with Whiteman Air Force Base and our affiliate partners. We're excited to kick off the new year, and I want to send a big thank you out to our 12-month faculty and staff who have continued to work hard throughout the summer to ensure a quality start. Summer school enrollment numbers for the year. Navasur Middle School and High School had 336 students with a 97.35% attendance rate. Navasur Elementary, 259 students, 95.93. Whiteman Elementary, 297 with 93.77. And the district total 892 with a 96.02% attendance rate, which looks like middle high school came out on the top for summer school. And then month ending June 2019, our fund balance is $15,402,667. Revenues for the year wound out at $22,769,459, which was 112.7% of anticipated, with extended expenditures of $18,701,813, which was 102% of budget. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Dr. Ruth. Moving on to the consent agenda, this is an action item. Do we have any questions or comments? Not all in motion.
Make a motion, we adopt the consent agenda as presented.
All those in favor? Aye. Moving along to approval of bills under new business. Do we have any questions or comments on bills? If not, I'll make a motion.
Make a motion for approval of bills for full board as presented.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Timothy policy updates, 2019A, this is for first reading. Any questions or comments? All right, now to the 2019-2020 board meeting dates and times. This is an action item.
As mentioned in my memo to the board, the only significant change this year that's being proposed is moving that January regular meeting back a week. And the reason is the first Wednesday falls on the 1st, and then we don't come back to school until I think the 7th. So we just wanted to have a week to process the agenda. Everything else should mimic what we did this year. I did also include a kind of a proposed date of June 2nd for that board planning and budget session. That's where we held that meeting this year. So you can look at that and let me know if there are any conflicts, and we have flexibility on where that falls. And that's it.
I make a motion, we adopt the 2019-20 board meeting dates and schedule as presented.
Well, I wanted to kind of see how how that goes. So the meeting will still be at 6. We don't know if that'll be open or closed, so kind of left it open.
Subject to change.
Yes, the start time will stay 6 o'clock.
So I have a motion on the floor.
Okay, you need a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next we have the 2019 tax rate hearing date and time.
Okay, and we're proposing that the Board of Education of Novonostor R8 School District hold a public hearing in the Novonostor Elementary School cafeteria located at 405 East Weimer Street, Novonostor, Missouri, at 5:40 p.m. on the 21st day of August 2019, at which time citizens may be heard regarding the property tax rate proposed to be set by the Novonostor R8 School District for the 2019 tax year.
This is an action item.
It is. Are there any questions or comments? If not, we can-
The agenda item is.
Yeah, it's the 22nd. Is it it's the 21st? I'll change the agenda. 21st. Sorry about that, good catch. All right, thank you. Oops, that won't work either. Go ahead and do it this year. Not much.
Make a motion to set the 2019 tax rate hearing on the.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you.
Next up, we have the district professional development calendar.
So we just put this out there for you guys to go look and see what we're doing on those dates. One kind of caveat to this, we are part of a consortium out of Kansas City, of PDN, which is the Professional Development Network. Those have not been added to this list. Anything that's highlighted on there are things that we are still just securing and making sure that they will be a piece and part of what we're going to do for professional development from here. This plan has been developed not only by myself, but also by our professional development committee. We meet quarterly throughout the school year and talk about professional development. Some of the input that changed this year's professional development is they appreciated the kind of wheel days where they were professionals teaching each other and they could decide on what professional development they wanted. It worked out very well last year. We actually had a snow day that pushed it back one more month, and we pushed it to the end of the year. So we actually have that on there twice this year, and we'll review and take part of. I think that would be a big benefit for us.
This is an action item. This changes.
Correct.
Do we have any other questions or comments? And
I'm sorry.
it does say
I'm sorry.
action.
How was that?
Action information. Okay, we will go into information tonight. Next, we have the district assessment plan. This is for information only.
So from our district's assessment plan, we added just a little bit from last year just to give the board a better understanding of what assessments we give and when. You can see on there 5 different testings of our STAR 360 in reading and math. Our kindergarten does some early literacy information up there. And then pursuant to last year's law, our dyslexia training is also on there. multiple times throughout the school year. And then anything that's grayed out there is something that is not tested within those grades. We did put an ASVAB test on there. I did correlate that to the same calendar day that we took it last year, which turned out to be September 19th this year. That has not been set yet. It did not get set before one of our counselors left the high school, but we are going to try to set it somewhere around that date. So the ASVAB has been added on there, and then we did put the dyslexia training on there last year for you guys to be able to see that that was important that we put it back on there.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions or comments regarding the district assessment plan? All right, we'll move on to old business, which is faculty and student handbooks.
And following the first read last month, we did get the updated Whiteman and Gaming documents that had the highlighted changes in those. We did take note to for the request to get this whittled down into one comprehensive student handbook and one faculty handbook. Hopefully we get that next year.
In an online version or paper and online or just online?
It'd be online with the option for paper if requested.
Notice on the grading scale of high school and middle school, all teachers are required to use the same scale. Have we in the past had teachers that used a different scale than what our handbook says?
Not that what the handbook has said, but we went to a standards-based grading scale, and our elementary has been doing that since probably about 2008, somewhere around there, 2009. Right as I took over as head principal, I went to this basically standards-based to mastery of the standard scale. And that was brought in as professional development. It was brought into our middle school and high school. We had some pockets that actually use that scale within certain 0 to 4 scale. That's 0 to 4 scale. It wasn't.
Are we still going to continue to use that scale?
What they have on here, I know that Mrs. Morris has spoken to her class or her faculty about this as well. There are some pockets, I know that our social studies department uses that pretty heavily and does a very good job with that. But there are others that don't do a very good job with that, and we'll be going back to those.
So we're doing both.
We're doing both. Why?
Basically, the standards-based is shows the student mastery of whatever standard or whatever objective is out there. Where a percentage-based does not show that mastery, it just gives you a certain score for that. Standards-based also allows students to make up assignments or take those tests multiple times. There's really no zeros that come through a standards-based grading scale. 0 to 4. Correct, but there's no zeros on the assignment. The student will come in and they'll do the work as many times as they need to be able to show that they've mastered that.
Okay, well, I don't understand that part of how it works with 0 to 4. I do understand the 0 to 100 and the grade scale is being used there. But my complaint is going to be a parent who's military affiliated that came to me and said his daughter was not going to get an A in class because of the standard-based grading system. And she was an A student. I don't know if there's a conflict between the teacher and the student, but it didn't like the standard-based grading system. So, and I don't know how it works. I mean, I don't remember being in high school, but
It was not.
But it was grounds for a complaint of parent come to me or something. And I'm just asking a question because the handbook says.
Right, and I would send that parent to Mrs. Morris to be able to talk about the grading scales and what we're actually
I don't understand the difference between the 0 to 4 and the traditional scale used.
Well, how is this
I mean,
education compared?
even with the traditional scale, if you didn't pass the test, failed the test, most of the time you were given an opportunity to make that up. I mean,
Not in my day. I had one and done. I had one shot. Yeah, it was one shot. If I failed that test, I failed that test. I wasn't allowed to come back and do it again. But in a standards-based system, they can come back, retake that test to show mastery of whatever the subject matter was.
if the teacher says you can retake it.
And not in standards-based, it's one of the rules.
It's one of the rules.
In standards-based grading, yes, it's one of the set rules of that grading. Because you're trying to show that that student mastered whatever that objective or standard is.
I wouldn't get it.
It's been something we've been working on for a long time. And there's value, but there are some growing pains with it. And we've kind of offered flexibility for teachers or groups of teachers, grade levels, department levels to move forward with that. And, but like I said, we're trying to take it as the teachers are ready. And there are pros and cons with that, but essentially it's to allow the teachers to break down by standard what kids are expected to know, and then grade them by each of those standards, as opposed to you've mastered 70% of the content. Well, what's 70%? Well, I don't really know. But if you break it down by standard, you can say, these are the standards you mastered. These are where you aim with a 3, a 2, 1. And it tries to pinpoint where the most improvement is needed or where the most success is happening. Philosophically, that's how it's supposed to work. Which is different because everybody, 100 points is easy. It's easy, it makes sense, everybody gets it. And many of us struggle with it, but it seems like the right thing to do.
Are they planning for standard base over to the scale? That's what it's on here.
You're technically not supposed to. A 3 is not a 75%, which is the issue that teacher had. A 3 is actually 100%. It's on grade level work. It's what the student should be accomplishing if they are at that grade level. The normal student would show mastery by getting a 3. To go above and beyond it, it's your like my wife, the summa cum laude people to take it to the next level. That's your focus. And that's kind of how that scale works. So a 3 is actually on grade level. It's not a 3 out of 4. A 3 is grade level mastery work. 4 is above average mastery.
Well, I don't understand. Wait, you get a student that says, that thinks, hey, out of 4, and you've got a teacher that says, no, you're not.
Then that's where is that? I don't know where that student is. If they're 3, then that student should get an A in that class because they are performing at the level that should be grade level expectation for that standard.
So how are we communicate with kids? We have a handbook here that doesn't go address that. So curious on how ways.
It would be within those classrooms within that. GPA is a 4-point scale. Let's face it, GPA works better on a standards-based grading scale than it does actually this 100-point scale.
Right, the issue with the handbooks, the baseline, it's on a 100-point scale. The handbook doesn't say close.
I would assume that Mrs. Morris has fielded those requests as well and is going back through the 100-point scale all throughout the day.
My complaint was at a middle school. So, but, if we're gonna do that 4-point scale, maybe we should at some point add it to our handbook that way. Because if a parent were to come to me and say it's not in the handbook, why are we doing it that way? I want to be able to say it's in the handbook. We need to discuss that with the board.
So could we possibly, since your question came from a middle school student, and we've also talked about high school, could we possibly go back and just request that we look at a little bit further to see what makes sense for communication to the students for grading and also comparing?
Now, the situation where a parent coming in and talking to me was, my opinion, somewhat isolated. Probably doesn't happen very often at all. Never have to be with them. So I don't want to put down a grading system that maybe a value to the student based on, you know, maybe even a personality conflict between the teacher and student. So I don't think
I don't think it's necessarily putting down a grading system. I think that if we do have the possibility of that particular type of grading system and it needs to be communicated to the students, the place that it would make sense would be here. Now, what I hear you saying, Dr. or Mr. Braun, is that there is possibilities that look different depending on what class you're sitting in.
Correct. There are pockets of new. I will tell you that even on a 100-point grading scale, as a physical education teacher, I always graded on standard. I did a 1 through 5 scale daily. They had 5 points daily work. Sometimes I do a 10-point scale, which correlates a little bit easier with this. But PE teachers have been using this from the beginning of time. You guys probably all got the same grade when you were in there. It was all kind of on a 10-point scale or 5-point scale, 4-point scale. And it basically came down to what performance you gave throughout that day. And part of that was more than likely a participation standard that was in there. Our teachers have used this for the longest time as well. They give out rubrics. Those rubrics then tie to certain standards that are on there. The kids fall in different categories or pillars. Take away the percentages that are 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, I understand that based on your basically no individual test and study material as far as physics goes, or some art for that matter, so that skill would work out ideal, because how do you give a kid, I mean, I guess what you had to do is saying, hey, you were 60% this day, you were 70%, you were 95%, yeah, so I can understand that it would be much easier.
Let me look into where that's communicated. I'm assuming it's in the course syllabus. If that course is going to be standards-based, that's where that is communicated and explained. But I don't know that for sure, so let me find out where that's.
I think some of the math that was better also in high school. I can tell you, it was not communicated to those parents, and they continue to take part of the rest of the time. That was kind of, I can't say that for sure, but I think that was a place that drives people in this place.
It was, and I do know that was told to the kids. I have a child who's obviously in those math classes as well, forcing them to go through takes. Saying
I would have too.
Is this first reading, or this is our second reading on this? Do we have to take action on this tonight, or, I mean, here it is, July, and I mean, I have no problem with moving forward on this.
I would say, we never have to take action on anything we're not ready to. It would be nice to take action on this tonight as second reading. But I kind of preface that to say the conversation regarding standards-based grading is a lot bigger than a board meeting, or it would be more than one board work session.
Well, I have no problem with adopting this handbook, the handbooks the way they are, with any needing changes that you all may be incorporated.
And I'm hearing pretty loudly that the conversation regarding any use of standards-based grading grading, specifically at the middle school, high school level, needs to be clearly communicated to students and parents.
And if the best thing for that is each individual class, like, I think Larry mentioned the syllabus, if the best thing would be to say in the handbook, we have this information about ratings information, and then we say, information about the classes, standard-based rating will be issued through a syllabus, for that individual class. And then somehow we get the word out to parents that parents really need to be looking at that syllabus with their students at the beginning of the year so that they have an understanding of what that class is offering. Because if it's different for different classes, we're not going to be able to consolidate that down into one thing. But if we simply add something here about a small statement here, and then say, go look at your child's syllabus with them at the beginning of the year, it will be issued for an individual class. Maybe that's an option for getting that information out a little bit better.
We may look at a minimum or something like that, and it's reference to syllabus and standards-based grading.
I do think if there are standard-based grading, like that you can continuously try to increase your mastery of a certain standard, I do think that needs to be communicated here because I can see where times.
But does it look the same for everything? I guess if it doesn't look the same, if there's some elements that do look the same, then those elements, yes. If there's some elements that don't look the same for every class, then that would be hard.
Well, I guess my point would be is one of the underlying themes is, hey, if I need to take the test 15 times to try to master that, I have that option. But if the patient, the teacher turns out at 5, they have that at 5, they are following standard.
Well, it's the philosophy is, if we can, any way we can get a student to master that standard, whether it's now or later. But yes, I think we're on the same thing. So
I see that there is.
we feel your pain. It's a challenge, honestly. It's a challenge to get a full faculty to move forward on philosophy.
I agree with what Larry says. I think the situation with this particular parent was he had explained to me that his child wasn't afforded the opportunity to take it once or twice more. It was, no, you're done, and that's when the parent got upset. But you may have spoken to this parent, but I can talk to you when we're not in here about that.
Well, send them our way, and we'd be happy to dig into that. It has been and will continue to be a little messy on this path. Some thrown in the towel, some haven't. So that's why we're doing both.
Okay, so moving forward, I know we need to get the student handbook in place before.
But I would recommend we go ahead and approve the handbook. I've taken notes here that we'll do some type of addendum to address the standards-based grading question, with the reference to syllabus and also how that gets communicated out to parents.
So I'll make a motion that we adopt a student handbook for 2019-20 school year with an addendum and those needed changes if possible.
Probably needs to. I think it's just student.
Yeah, student and parent.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, if we don't have any other questions or comments, I believe that brings us to the end of our meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second motion.
All those in favor? I think that's the motion. I know. Aye.
Thanks, everyone, and see you here next month.
All right, thanks everybody for coming.
Remember, next month, we're month late due to the tax service.
A week late.
Week late for students, next month. 28th.